It's a big one. I've been waiting for this for some time now. Today, I'm going to unbox and take a quick look at Fields of Fire Deluxe Edition, game design by Ben Hull and game development by Andrew Steed and Colin Parsons, published by GMT Games, which was kind enough to send me this copy. As I said, I've been waiting for this. I've looked at Fields of Fire ever since the first edition came out, and then there was a second edition, and then even got anxious about it when GMT sent me this Fields of Fire Missions, which is dealing with the Battle of the Bulge. But I waited on this to get into this one because when that one came out, I heard of this, the Deluxe Edition. So what is this about? And why was I waiting? Well, one reason for the wait is understood that they were kind of doing a little bit of an overhaul on the rulebook. Now, this the first edition, second edition, this is not a bad game. In fact, this is a game loved by many because it is a very in-depth solitaire game that takes on the tactics of World War I, of Korea, and Vietnam. So I mean, you're following a tactical unit or a smaller unit into several different types of historical situations through different periods and different wars. And it's, again, very in-depth. And so the big complaint on this, or one of the big complaints on this from the first edition and even into the second edition, was it had somewhat of a complex rule book, or a rule book that was not as easy to digest or get into. Now, there are defenders of that saying it's not that complex and people don't know what they're talking about. But I think this deluxe edition, they kind of put a lot of effort into listening to those kind of concerns and addressing that. And so that's one reason I was wanting to wait, is to, get it. I wanted to get into it, but I wanted to get into it clean and concise and as clear as I could. Another thing is this deluxe is, hopefully, they've kind of learned from some of the earlier editions and have put a better product together. And also, I've did my research, and my understanding is that this basically is compatible with everything that's in here. There might be a few references in that scenarios that refer to the second edition, but probably easily correctable. And I'll do a separate unbagging of that because this is more important. Let's look at the back now. Top here of the box, we see, I can't even get to it, so let's go out a little bit here. Right there. Fields of Fire is a solitaire game system that puts you in the role of a rifle company commander in conflicts throughout the 20th and 21st century. The game uses no dice or standard paper maps and is instead run by 2 card decks. The terrain deck are based on specific regions and are used to build the maps for various missions your company must perform. The action deck serves many purposes in controlling combat, command, control, and various activity attempts. The units of your company are counters representing headquarters elements, squads, weapon teams, forward observers, individual vehicles, or helicopters. Each campaign is formed of several missions. A mission can be played in a single game session or about 2 to 3 hours. The player manages the company experience and replacements in between missions. You get an example of some of the terrain cards and the different action cards, and then the counters, and you're basically playing the game on cards, these terrain cards, moving your counters on these cards. The expanded and improved deluxe edition of Fields of Fire Volume 1 presents 31 missions across 4 historical campaigns experienced by units of the 9th U.S. Infantry Regiment. Training manuals and extra standalone missions are also included to help you get used to the system before tackling the campaigns. That's another aspect. I think they've kind of made it a little bit easier to get into with some of these introductory type elements. Face German paratroopers of the 3rd Fallenschläger Division in Normandy, 1944, during the Second World War. Defend against massive North Korean onslaught in the Battle of Natong River, 1950. Then go on the offensive the following year on Heartbreak Ridge. Then forwards to 1966 to spend 2 years with the 9th Infantry in Vietnam as they face some of the toughest Viet Cong and NVA fighters in the Filbo rubber plantation. I got to get my better glasses. Hobo and Bolau Woods. The 9th Infantry are known as the Manchus for their service in the Boxer Rebellion. Their motto is "Keep up the fire." That's kind of the motto of the Boxer Rebellion game from Victory Point Games, which has now, I think, been reproduced by or reprinted by Worthington. Anyway, enough of all that. So complexity is a 6. I always found that to be, I always thought the complexity in this was a lot. Everything I read, and I watched a lot of videos and read through some of the rule books a few times way back in the day when it first came out, and felt that that was a little lowball figure there. Solitaire Subit is 9. This is a solitaire game. So enough of all that. Look at the size of that bad boy right there. Let's get in this box and see what we have to look at. Man, it's kind of tough here. I'm gonna cut here instead. Very tight in that box. I don't want to slice anything. Man, shoes. Keep up the fire. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I'm out of shelf space, but that's a good problem to have. This is huge, and I wonder if I can put the that expansion in here, those missions in here. All right, so right out of the box, so to speak, this is interesting. Spiral bound rules. So, you know, lock and loads go into that. This might be one of the first I've seen from GMT to do that. That is really cool. I do like that. I like having the spiral bound because you can lay it lays flat. You don't have to push a hand to hold it open. You can flip it over and easily look at the rules. So I do like that a lot. So this is the 3rd edition rules. We're coming in at 96 pages. Yeah, this isn't complicated. 96 pages, and this back is a turn sequence summary. So there you have it. This is not your father's Oldsmobile here. Here's the table of contents. Dual column, color. You see a lot of examples here. I don't know, I might just turn the camera off and sit down and read. This is going to take some time. We have some notes in here, which is cool. We have some highlighted notes, and then we have some red box notes. So different types of clarifications. Here's some tips in here as well. Some design notes here. Yeah, I'm not going to go through this whole thing because I mean this is the essence of this game is that it does have some level of complexity because you are simulating tactical units in over several different genres. So anyway, but I mean, I don't know. I like the fact that spiral bound. That's helping me. It's easing some of my fears already. This right here is your field manual. So this is what is this? Disseminate. What is going on here? This is introduction, using the rule book, basic gameplay, platoon assault course, and company assault. Oh, so this is basically how to. This is kind of an intro. This is one of those intro things of how to get into the game. So this is definitely something I'm probably going to go through. Because, as I said, I've just watched video and read stuff online. I have not pushed counters on this, so I'll need to go through this. But that looks cool. That looks cool. That's pretty lengthy as well. That is 51 pages. 51 pages. It looks like it's got some examples of play in there as well. Then we have this. This is part 2, advanced operations. So this is basic. Here's advanced. All right, let's get into the advanced. What's the table of contents here? Example of play, vehicles and AT combat, defensive setup, preparing for air assault, reconstitution, replacement, design, development notes, game. So this is going to get into some more advanced play and some examples of that. So, and adding some new concepts and the like. So, all right, I will not do this first. I'll try to follow the rules. Now, what is this? Standalone mission and example of play. My God, there's a lot of just walking you through this. I again, The biggest complaint on this game that I heard was this complexity. So they really are trying to slice this down into some bite-sized morsels. So this is a guide to units for the mission, rule simplification, general mission rules, setting up mission, organization, equipment, higher headquarter events, German force packages, example of play. So I might need a book to tell me which book to go to first. So, but this looks interesting. Wow, really breaking this down. All in full color, dual column, where you have a lot of text and you have a lot of charts and examples in here. All right, now what is this? God, there's a lot of paper. I feel like this is like a God, what was the game that had Atlantic Chase that had, like, you know, more paper than a tree hugger would want you to have in a box. Field of Fire, 9th Infantry, Manchus. This is the mission book. So here are your missions. So here, a lot of missions here. We got charting out at 56 pages there. Whoa, my goodness. This kind of gives you an example how to set up for the mission. So this is going to take up a little bit of table space, laying out these cards, because this is basically your map, and then all your different displays and charts. And plus you need to have a place to put your rules, because you are going to be referring to those. And here are the missions. Very nice. Okay. Wow, got images in here. All kinds of stuff. Wow. So what is this? This is the Vietnam campaign. All right. Oh my God. So we're gonna have a mission book for every single. All right. So this is Korea. Oh my God, this is amazing. So this is 48 pages. So here's all your Korean missions. Oh man. I don't know. I'm having a hard time containing myself. This is really pretty amazing. Now this is your Natong River mission book. So this is Korea as well. So we got 2 Korea mission books. Oh my God. And this is 44 pages. You know, if this is the only game you ever play again, I mean, you've got enough to play here. This is a lot of stuff in this book here. Golly, look at this. All right, so there's some more. So you got 2 books on Korea, 1 book on Vietnam. We're going to get to World War II here. Here's World War II, Normandy. Wow, okay. There's your setup. Again, the cards are your terrain or your map. And there's your missions there. So there's quite a bit of missions in here. I think what they say, like 31 all total between 4 books and 3 wars. Wow. Alrighty. So a lot of mission books. Let's look at the counters, and there are a few counters. I thought there was an insert. Oh, there is an insert. Okay. So I can throw away that insert because I'm not going to have room for it. All right. Whew. All right. Am I out of tape yet here? All right. Here are your counters. So there are 6 counter sheets, and you're going to get typical GMT quality, good thickness. What is that? Gray board. And again, a lot of your counters are going to be like administrative or marker type counters, because I mean, it's all tactical type stuff, and keeping track of that on the map, which is cards. They're double-sided. Very nice. Man, a lot of stuff in this box. It's a thick box, and they fill it up. So if you've played the earlier editions, please feel free to drop in the comments what you think about it and what you're thinking about this deluxe version is going to add to the system, or harmonize, or bring it all into one nice package. Love to hear from you. And then we're going to get some player aids here. Here's charts and table player aid 1, which is a fold. So you're going to have 4 pages of charts in here. So Sorry for the glare on that. And I think you get, yeah, you shouldn't have more than one because it's solitaire. So here's your action menus. Another fold out. Okay. Then we get, this is some chart. You probably want to make a copy of this. This is for your Normandy campaign to keep track of your mission information. Kind of a log sheet. Heartbreak Ridge campaign. Then on the back is Vietnam and Nactong. I need my coffee. So you got some log sheets there. I'll probably make copies of that. You might be able to download those somewhere. Here's that sequence of play that's on the back of the rule booklet as well. And that's single-sided, so you can leave that off to the side to keep to refer to that. Here's your helicopter control card. And your helicopter control card, U.S. Army and U.S. Marines. Okay. We have air assault planning. So you got for different missions, for mission 1, 4, and 7, and 6. Interesting. Here's your vehicle and anti-tank weapons chart. A lot of detail, folks. A lot of detail here. Okay. VOF and VOF modifiers. This is good, thick, player aid type stock, what you would expect. Here is enemy activity check hierarchies. So this is kind of the AI for the game. And then we have your command display and a turn track here. And it's dual-sided. This is World War II in Korea, and this is Vietnam. Very cool. All right. Man, and we haven't even got to the cards yet. So it looks like we've got some sleeves here, probably for those counters. So we got a bag of baggies. It's not sleeves. You got a bag of baggies. Kind of a thin insert there, so I'll get rid of it, but that's not going to give me a lot of space to live in. Oh my God, then we can get to these cards here. So what all do we have here? So we got, there's Korea, Normandy, and action deck, and more Normandy there. So let's start with Normandy here and see what we have. My goodness, there's a lot of stuff in here. So typical GMT cards. These are all Normandy. Here's Vietnam. Okay, let's cut these open here. Alrighty. So there's more Korea. It's the river scenario. Man, there's a lot of cards in that one. And then we have Heartbreak Ridge. Then we have some reference cards here. Then we have some action cards, and there's going to be more action cards in here, I believe. This is the action deck. My goodness, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's action cards. Okay, and then more Normandy. And then there's some, I wonder what these are. Due to an error in our print files, 17 cards in the Normandy deck are numbered. So these are errata cards. All right, I'll save those for later. I don't want to get them all mixed up and not know what I'm replacing. So let's look at the action cards first. This is multi-use cards, giving you different references to different things. But you can see a lot of information on there. All right, I literally ran out of tape. I ran out of storage, and it just stopped. So I was looking at these action decks, multi-use cards. I kind of left off where I forgot where I left off, but these are multi-use cards. Had to start anew. And then you're going to have all these different terrain cards for the different missions that you're going to be going on in the different campaigns. So those are Normandy. This is Vietnam. Going a little bit quicker because I don't want to run out of even more memory. I tell you, when you run out of memory just trying to show what's in the box or run out of storage, then you know there's a lot in this box. So this is really the map. These will make up the map and how you're playing. There's not very many of these. Heartbreak Ridge. I wonder if you use some of these other ones from Korea. So, alrighty. Man, there you have it. Lot in this box. Let me stop for a second, put it all in a spot, and then take a quick look at it. So just save space. Alrighty, there you have it. That is everything you get in a box of Field of Fire Deluxe Edition. I mean, there is so much in here between the mission cards, which are really your terrain cards, and what you're going to be playing on as your map, to, as you can see, there's a lot of cards here, to your action cards that really drive the play forward and have a lot of cross-references, and then reference cards, your rule booklet, spiral bound, your introductory books to explain the game, kind of walk you through it at an introductory level, some introductory level missions in Normandy, in Korea, two mission books in Korea, Vietnam, counters, player aids, logs, sequence of play. Yes, this is all you get in this deluxe edition. There's I don't want to swear, there's a heck of a lot of gameplay in this box. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, and let me know what you think of this. Thanks for watching.